Please come, Swati. Aye.
Good evening, sir. Good evening, sir.
Please sit down, Swati.
Thank you, sir.
So, Swati, please tell the panel about yourself, your academic qualifications, your work experience, if any, and your main hobbies.
So, my name is Swati Sharma. I am from Jabalpur, Madhya Pradesh. I have done my graduation in Computer Science Engineering from Hitkarni College of Engineering and Technology. I have interest in the field of dancing and playing badminton as chief hobbies. And right now, I don't have any work experience as well.
Okay. So, Swati, you are from Madhya Pradesh, Jabalpur.
Yes, sir.
So, Madhya Pradesh tourism is doing very well. Yes. And they have a logo and a tagline. Do you know what is the tagline of Madhya Pradesh tourism?
Yes, sir.
What is it?
So, it's Hindustan ka dil dekho, the heart of India.
The heart, incredible heart of incredible India. So, why is it called as heart of India?
So, first thing is its location. It is located at the central place in Madhya Pradesh. And second is the diversity of the tourism sector with prehistoric caves and hills, for example, Pachmadi, and various palaces, wildlife. That's why it is called the heart of incredible India.
Okay. Now, today there is a investor summit happening in Madhya Pradesh.
Yes, sir.
Have you heard about it?
Yes, sir.
So tell me, what are those 3 or 4 attractions to investors which you would like to project? Suppose if you were to speak at the investors meet today and there are lots of potential investors, which 4 things you would tell you come to Madhya Pradesh and don't go to any other state because Madhya Pradesh has 1, 2, 3, 4. Have you understood my point?
Yes, sir. So first thing, I would say that because of the location, it has a connectivity with many parts with various projects like Delhi-Mumbai Industrial Corridor passes through Madhya Pradesh. Delhi-Nagpur Industrial Corridor also passes through Madhya Pradesh. So because of the connectivity. Second is the areas, for example, in food processing sector, because Madhya Pradesh is the largest producer of soya bean, and also millets is also produced in a good quantity. So in that sector, investors can be attracted. And third is in the tourist sector. There's a lot of potential right now also. So in tourism sector. So fourth is the natural resources. 41% of copper production comes from Madhya Pradesh. So in mining industry, investors can invest and have a great opportunity in that.
Okay. Now tell me, Supreme Court has come out with a judgment about the ministers of this country regarding the freedom of speech. Have you heard about it?
Yes, sir.
Now tell me the salient, the order, the part of the order. What are the 2 or 3 orders that, and what is the interpretation?
So first order is that the state or the government should not be held accountable for the comments of an individual minister. Second is Supreme Court has said that the concept of collective responsibilities flows from the Council of Ministers to the individual minister and not from the individual minister from the Council of Ministers. So government is not responsible for any comment or speech that the individual minister has taken in its own capacity. It is liable on the minister only.
Okay. So in case minister does that, will he be treated like any other ordinary citizen of this country?
Yes, sir. If it's a hate speech, as Justice P.V. Nagratna has said, that any hate speech goes against the dignity of an individual. So if the comment of an individual minister causes that or hurts the dignity of a person, then it should be tried as a normal citizen under the law of the land.
Swati, my last question in this round. 10 years have passed since Nirbhaya happened. Now, what do you think, in what manner the security of women in this country has improved or deteriorated? What is your view? Whatever has happened according to your perception.
So in some fields, there are certain improvements. For example, one-stop centers have been created. And in Madhya Pradesh also, there is a concept of Mahila Thanas in divisions to listen to women complaints. But there are certain sectors which need improvement. For example, transportation for women and lightening of the dark spaces. Still, there are certain dark spaces where women don't feel safe to go. So in that spaces, we still need progress and still a lot needs to be done.
Swati, you are from Bhopal, Jabalpur, Madhya Pradesh.
Yes, sir.
And one question which always comes to mind is the Bhopal gas tragedy.
Yes.
What lessons have we learned from this tragedy?
So in terms of in Madhya Pradesh only?
Yes, Bhopal gas
Yes, sir.
tragedy.
So government is becoming more prudent in providing for the contracts for lease of land for these toxic industries, and also people and various civil society organizations also becoming active in terms of seeing when industries are establishing and what are its products and what harm it can cause to the society. And also environment impact assessment has been created to look into the environmental aspects of the industries.
Wouldn't you like to take the compensation given to the people who died? Are you aware how much compensation was given? And is that not a lesson for future that? And recently this has been in the news. So what for?
So government has filed for the curative petition in Supreme Court to seek more compensation from the Union Carbide.
So how much was the compensation given?
So it was,
that is the lesson that one should learn. Value of life.
So Union Carbide provided $470 million at that time. However, Supreme Court has also noted that approx 50 crore compensation has not been provided to the people. And I think, sir, before compensating, we should evaluate the causes and we should eradicate those causes, because nothing can be substitute for a human life. So we should be looking at the causes more and try to eradicate them rather looking at the compensation.
Absolutely. Both have to be learned.
Yes, sir.
Eradicate, and if it happens, then don't leave the company, be it foreign or be it Indian.
Yes.
Dance. Tell me about dance forms, especially classical dance forms of India.
So there are 8 classical dance forms in India that are recognized by the Sangeet Natak Academy. First one is Bharatnatyam from Tamil Nadu. Second is Kathakali and Mohiniyattam, both from Kerala. Third is Kuchipudi from Andhra Pradesh. Then it's Odisha. And then it's Kathak, basically from Uttar Pradesh. And then it's Satriya from Assam and Manipuri from Manipur state.
Okay, and what dance form are you practicing?
So right now I only do freestyle dancing, not any specific classical dance.
Okay, none of the classical ones.
No, sir.
All right, let's talk about the driverless cars. What technology is used in this, and is it successful?
So artificial intelligence is the basic technology behind the driverless cars. It is right now they are in USA. They are there, driverless cars. In India, not much penetration has been seen till now.
What about some of the metro routes in Delhi?
So metro routes. Sorry, sir, I am not aware about it.
Computer engineering and technology, how can it be used for improving Atmanirbhar Bharat?
So first thing is the emergence and the spread of digital revolution in right now, the Industrial Revolution 4.0, which is being called. So computer science and technology can be leveraged for attracting the investments in the software sector and projecting various software products to the countries and offer a service sector. In that, it can boost India's presence in Atmanirbhar Bharat. And second, leveraging technologies like artificial intelligence, Internet of Things. A lot of things can be created in Made in India perspective, and those services can be exported to countries. So in that sense, it can boost India's.
What is difference between e-rupee, CBDC and cryptocurrency?
So CBDC firstly is provided by the Reserve Bank of India by a centralized authority. However, cryptocurrencies is decentralized manner. There is no regulation for cryptocurrency. However, there are certain regulations for CBDC because RBI or the central bank has issued it. So in terms of regulation, they both are different. However, both deals with the digital currency based on the blockchain technology.
E-rupee?
So e-rupee, as far as I remember, it is another name of CBDC which RBI has floated in pilot project. So it is called e-rupee.
Check your answer.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
Last question I want to ask is on 3 new technologies, and are they useful or you think humanity might suffer? ChatGPT, Web 3.2 and OpenAI. What are these 3 technologies, and do you think they are going to be useful or we have to be careful?
So first thing is with ChatGPT. It's like a chatbot powered with AI technology for various. It can be used for various things for like content creation, and it can also use in the writing codes or for school essays and everything. So it can be a boost for the industry because it will automate everything, automate the content creation, digital marketing sector, especially in the advertisement sector. However, there are certain issues with that also because it is, I believe that it cannot live up to the level of human creativity, especially in terms of writing essays or any creative content. So in that sense, second one is Web 3.0, which is very useful for sharing of content and create diverse content so that people can express their views more prudently. Sorry, sir, I am not too much aware of OpenAI.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Well, Swati, we have talked about this women reservation in Panchayat Raj institutions, local self-government, urban local bodies. So, what do you say about reservation of women in civil services? Because that has resulted in a lot of women empowerment. If you look at our Panchayat Raj institutions, where we have 33%, some states have 50% reservation, like Bihar, for example. So, that has resulted in huge empowerment of women. So, going by the same logic, can we have reservation for women in civil services also? What is your view on this?
So I believe we can have horizontal reservation for women in civil services. But so I believe that apart from reservation, there are certain other things which need to be done. For example, providing material or content for the women, especially in rural areas, who are not able to access coaching institutes in that. So I think that is more important for.
That means in addition to reservation yes. We must have.
Yes, sir.
And then also other supports.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Now, it is said that this G20 presidency could not have come at a better time for India. What do you understand by this? What would you like to say? That means it has come at a very appropriate, very opportune time, this presidency, diplomatically, strategically.
Yes.
What do you understand by this?
So I believe because of the changing geopolitical and geostrategic positions across the globe, and especially the India's assertive stance in terms of its foreign policy and its view to be the voice of the global south of the developing countries. In that sense, it has come at an opportune time so India can portray its interest and also protect the interest of the other developing countries at that forum, so that only it's not dominated by the developed and West countries only. Everyone should be heard and everyone's concern should be taken into account. So that's why the opportune time is there for G20 summit.
Okay, right, good. Have you heard of this mission Karam Yogi?
Yes, sir.
What is this?
So it's for better training in ICT services for the civil services recruits to use the ICT technology to train them so that they are better aware.
Only IT technology? Or anything else?
It's a various government governance parameters
Okay,
also.
yeah. Okay, right. Good. And what is Mission Life?
So it is for creating a pro-planet people, where people should undertake activities which are consonant with the environment, so that it can benefit the environment and mitigate the climate change that is happening, and conserving everything and utilization in a prudent and sustainable manner.
Now, Government of India is considering, lifting of ban on export of wheat. So, how the people of Madhya Pradesh will benefit from this? Will it impact in any way? Lifting ban on wheat export.
So Madhya Pradesh has emerged as one of the leading producers of wheat. So it will benefit the farmers, and they will be able to access the wider market, and they will generate revenues for them. So it will be helpful for the farmers and the people of Madhya Pradesh.
Now, you play badminton.
Yes, sir.
I think PV Sandhu is currently the reigning queen of badminton in India.
Yes, sir.
So she has been injured a couple of months back. She had injury. So what is her present status?
So
But where is she now? Is she still recuperating, or what is she doing right now, currently?
So she is playing in the Malaysia Open tournament that is happening right now, and she has recovered from her injury.
Good, very nice. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Swati, okay. Your optional subject is sociology, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Can you differentiate between westernization and modernization? I would also like to know, India's youth is influenced more from westernization or modernization?
So first thing with modernization. So modernization, I believe, is a culture neutral term. It should not be associated with West or any developed country. It means imbibing the values of rationality, individualism. In that sense, it is modernization. However, westernization is associated with the way of life, of dancing, of literature, everything which is associated with Western countries, mostly developed countries. In that sense, they both are different. And for Indian youth, sir, I think they are more influenced by westernization because of globalization and social media presence that is there. So I think they are more influenced by the westernization concept in their way of life, thinking, and perceiving things.
Okay. If we talk about Indian economy, where do you see Indian economy in 2030?
So India has emerged right now as the 5th largest economy, and by 2030, I believe it will improve a lot because of the various initiatives and the projects that are there in the industrial sector and also in the export domain. So I think India will progress further in that.
Okay, you like watching movies also, right? Okay. So comment on the rise of OTT platforms, its impact on movie industry, and your views on regulating this sector.
So first one is the rise of OTT platforms. So first thing which led to the rise is the COVID-19 pandemic, especially because people were confined to their home, and OTT platform provided them an avenue for entertainment and to seek a mental relief. And second is the penetration of the digital revolution and the lower tariffs that have been provided. So that have also moved. And also, so third, it's a diversity of content. People can able to access the regional movies also and international content also. So that has led to the rise of OTT platforms. And second thing, as such to its impact on the movie industry, there are certain impacts because of OTT platform. People are more inclined towards watching movies or any sort of content in OTT, rather preferring to go to the movie theaters, which has impacted their revenue of movie business also and the theater owners also. So there's certain impact there. And third, in terms of regulation, there is no regulation as such. Government has provided the guidelines for self-regulation of OTT platform. However, I believe there should be some government regulation because of its penetration and its impact on the youth, especially because of there are certain OTT content that leads to provocative and abusive language that lead to negative impact on the people. So I think there should be some regulation.
Okay, my last question, Swati. Why do you wish to join civil services?
So civil services will provide me a diverse and dynamic work profile, and I'll be able to access the people directly and to work for them and to know their grievances and use my capabilities to solve them in a prudent manner. So that's what.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Swati, one question on international relations.
Yes, sir.
Why should India have good relations with Southeast Asian nations and with those in the Pacific region?
So first thing, it's because of India's policy of a rule-based Indo-Pacific region and the importance of Indo-Pacific because of natural resources that are there, connectivity that it provides, firstly. Second thing is the cultural similarity between an historical relation that we have with the Southeast Asia. That is the reason. And third is to counter the expansionist tendencies of China, because ASEAN countries are also facing that, because in the domain of South China Sea, where China is making extrusions. So in that, we can have a combined stand and portray the world about China expansionist policy, so that the world are also aware. In that sense, we should have a policy with ASEAN.
So Swati, we have covered a lot of ground. Any subject or topic you think has been left out from your DAF? So you could always pinpoint that particular subject. I will try to ask a question from them.
Oh, no, sir. I think more or less everything is covered with my DAF and hobbies.
All right. So Swati, thank you. You may kindly proceed and we'll call you again for our feedback.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Come, Swati, come.
Thank you, sir.
Please sit down. So Swati, now it's an informal session. So I would, on behalf of panel, like to ask you, what is your own self-assessment about your performance today?
I think I need a lot of improvement in answering questions and understanding a little bit more about the topics.
So where did you think you were not so confident? Any particular some question, or overall you felt that you were nervous or what?
In some question, for example, when sir asked me that constitutional post, I got confused. I was not able to articulate properly about the question. So I need to work on that.
That is all. Some answers you could not give, right? That is the only thing that you felt. Yeah, we did observe this. But Swati, we are very impressed about your personality, your overall qualities, for which the test is held primarily for. It's always good that you should know more and more about everything that is asked. But if your personality is such that, these questions are somehow they're not so important and one cannot know everything. But we would advise you that you must go through all these things, especially everything related to. So you were to the point, Swati, and all the answers which you knew, and neither too short nor too long. So your selection of words to explain or to give your answer, expressions, was very good, and your balance of judgment is also good. About the Nirbhaya thing you answered, this Southeast Asian nations which I asked was also a very balanced, and other members will also share their views. So civil services reply also, I think it was a very balanced, because we hear all kinds of versions, some get inspired by something, but this is the best most, I would say, answer that you are sharing telling the virtues of the service, for which every young mind would like to have a good career. You could have had career prospects and career satisfaction could also be added to that. That is one. So in all was well, and some of the points which the honorable members have noted in their questions.
स्वाति, बहुत अच्छे जवाब थे. कुछ खास नहीं कहना है मुझे, सिर्फ भोपाल के बारे में, भोपाल गैस ट्रेजेडी, ह्यूमन लाइफ की वैल्यू हर किसी के माइंड में आनी चाहिए, क्योंकि ये सबसे बड़ी त्रासदी थी सदी की. और अगर आप ऐसे ही केसेस और देखें तो आपको पता लगेगा कंपनियां ख़त्म हो गई, बिक गई, इतना कंपनसेशन देना पड़ा। तो यहाँ पे आपको थोड़ा सा एनालिटिकल होना चाहिए एज ए सिटीजन ऑफ मध्य प्रदेश ऑल्सो.
Yes, sir.
So that is one advice. Driverless vehicles, you could have probably talked of failure of automatic vehicles.
Okay, sir.
So there are number of questions on failure. तो टेक्नोलॉजी में कहाँ फेलियर है एंड why is it not coming out in the market?
Okay, sir.
Then you were good in Atmanirbhar Bharat, OpenAI. Just go through it.
I will read.
Read more. Web3 was good. Chat GPT was very good. You did mention about the adverse impact of Chat GPT because that is a cause of concern.
Yes.
Good. So just keep it up. One question I missed out asking you. Whether there is any patent in computer science. Have you come across any patent in computer science?
Sorry, sir, I'm unable to recall.
So
I will
read.
Yes, I will definitely
Read.
Yes.
Because everybody is now opening up.
Yes, sir.
And we are talking of net neutrality. We are talking of OpenAI.
Yes, sir.
So either regulation or patent. COVID के लिए हो सकता है, COVID vaccine के लिए. They are not removing that patent. But in computer science, what about the patent?
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Right. Well, Swati, you are a very balanced person, confident. Your body language is very, very impressive, and well informed. I think you knew most of the answers. Only on this reservation for women in civil services, इसको थोड़ा आप, you have of course every right to have your views, but थोड़ा इसको देखिए कि क्या, जैसे बाकी तो पॉइंट्स आपके ठीक थे, women should be supported with good coaching facilities and other things. But reservation as such, whether it was in experts के क्या views है इसके बारे में, constitution क्या कहता है?
Okay, sir.
This is a very important question, and it should be substantiated by a very logical thinking.
Okay.
Okay. Of course it looks very easy. Yes, women have been empowered because they had reservation in Panchayat Raj institutions. So following similar principles, similar logic. Why can't we have reservation in civil services? They will be empowered automatically. But does it meet the criteria of meritocracy, which is the basis of civil services?
Yes, sir.
So all those things, constitutional provision. So I'm not giving you my views. Just consider and okay,
Yes.
and then develop your opinion.
Honestly endorse. Never say, Swati, will be more categorical, not suggestive.
Yes, sir.
Never agree to, or maybe never give this view that yes, in the civil services also women need reservation. Never.
Okay, sir.
Just one sentence here I would like to add.
Yes, sir.
Even Baba Bhimrao Ambedkar, in one of these statements said that the day a tribal becomes the president, no, he didn't use the term women. A tribal becomes the president of India,
Yes, sir.
need for reservation will be completely over. So, ye always keep in mind bigger things and you will get the answer.
So on this point, just one last. When they ask your views, don't bring the law first.
Okay, sir.
Your views are straight.
Okay, sir.
Sir, I don't think women need reservation. Because a woman is undermining a woman. No? That is the last thing that you should. So, view, अगर वहीं खत्म हो जाती है बात ही. So, suppose the member or somebody says, but tell me, can it be legally supported? Is it possible under the constitution? Then you suggest that. Otherwise क्या है, मैसेज ये जाएगा कि चूंकि कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में है ही नहीं, कर ही नहीं सकते, इसलिए हो ही नहीं सकता, मैं तो चाहती हूँ दिल से. And then if you say, no sir, I don't support, then it will be a half-hearted thing.
Okay.
Now constitution में जैसा आपको समझाया, women is not a class. You have reservation is only for a class of,
Yes.
which is identifiable.
Yes, sir.
So women is not a class. इसलिए वो second point जो आपका है अगर आता है, sir, even otherwise I suppose somebody asks in constitution, can it be possible? Then you can mention this. I don't think in the present context, in the present setup, in the present provisions, since it is not a class, cannot be defined as a class.
Okay.
And rest what honorable member told you. So this is about anything you would like to. And this computer thing, just last word, you need to be very thorough. Even you have left the computer, but computer will not leave you.
Yes.
You can't. आपने जैसे तैसे किया, you had good CGP, but फिर भी जो है आपको छोड़ेगा नहीं, इसलिए आपको applied parts आप थोड़ा सा डालो.
Quantum computing is being talked of.
Yes, sir.
Read everything about that.
Application, and with computer comes the technology.
Okay.
So with technology, everything is open. How the digital technology has helped women, how digital technology has helped health, education. Read everything about. Once you are a computer science engineer, you are an engineer. Engineer means a B.Tech. Tech means you are Bachelor of Technology.
Yes.
Computer comes later.
Yes, sir.
So anything on technology can be asked.
Oh.
And 5G is the latest thing, so remember ask over that.
Okay, sir.
Now you ask if you have any questions.
No, sir.
Nothing?
Yeah.
So Swati, we have given you very high marks, 70% for today's performance. You deserve it because of your personality, because you are confident. And you look like, as if you become a civil servant, you will be certainly do justice with that post. This is the kind of impression. That is important. It was interesting to have conversation with you. That is a very big benchmark and parameter, I think, to judge whether a person has done in his interview well or not. Few questions here and there that you will plug. You have time, but the better you are prepared, the more fluent you would be. You will not feel sorry about anything,
Yes.
and you will emerge more confident. So all the best, Swati, to you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.